This is the Brownstone Center News Update for Monday, June 23rd, 2025. World leaders on Monday awaited Iran's response to U.S. strikes on three of its key nuclear sites as continued bombing of the nation by Israel led to power outages in Tehran. UN Atomic Agency Chief Rafael Grossi said that the bombing of Iran's Fordow enrichment site likely caused very significant damage, and U.S. Vice President J.D. Vance separately said the strikes had substantially delayed the country's nuclear capabilities. Experts believe Iran now faces two choices: to strike back or return to the table for nuclear talks. Oil prices hit a 5-month high following the U.S. strikes on Iran over the weekend before paring back most of those gains Monday morning in the absence of an immediate Iranian response. Analysts note that the extent and duration of oil price increases will depend on whether the conflict in the region escalates. Of particular concern is any disruption in the Strait of Hormuz, a crucial conduit for oil and natural gas shipping. The worst case scenario for the oil market is if Iran attempts to close it, according to experts. Attention turns to inflation this week as the numbers to watch. With the Federal Reserve's preferred gauge expected to show an uptick in prices, the U.S. Personal Consumption Expenditures Index is forecast by economists to have risen an annual 2.3% in May, up from 2.1% in April. The increase would come after the central bank left interest rates unchanged last week for a fourth straight time and lifted its inflation projection for the year and sweeping new tariffs. Lululemon eliminated roughly 150 corporate roles this week as the athleisure retailer struggles with slowing growth in North America. In a statement, the company said it decided to evolve some aspects of their organizational structure to operate with more agility and further invest in their growth. Lululemon recently cut its full-year outlook and warned of, quote, strategic price increases as the company looks to mitigate the impact of tariffs. Generative AI artificial intelligence tools have contributed to an onslaught of job applications in the past year, often making more work for recruiters who say it's getting harder to decipher which applicants are actually qualified. Many employers say they prefer candidates with AI skills. The problem is that they're being sloppy about it. Automatic online interviews, sometimes conducted by AI, can help recruiters navigate the surge of applications, but candidates can also use AI to beat the bots, creating a potentially endless cycle of frustration. Tariff engineering is back as businesses maneuver to avoid paying higher duties. The practice, which is legal in the U.S., involves altering items to justify reclassifying them under a trade exemption. Converse, for example, adds fuzzy fabric to the soles of its all-star sneakers so they can be considered slippers, not athletic shoes. The practice gets trickier for sectors that are more heavily regulated, like autos and aerospace, according to CNBC, because even minor changes may require extensive validation and approval. Spoiler alert for fans of America's Sweethearts, the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders say they'll be receiving a pay raise of about 400% in the 2025 season. The news, revealed in a Netflix docuseries, spotlights an effort across the NFL to recognize the value of cheerleaders, many of whom have full-time jobs outside of the team to make their personal ends meet. One expert tells the New York Times the raise has the power to elevate the market rate for cheerleaders league-wide. For more news and information that you can use, you can always head over to brownstoneworldwide.com. Check out Cityscape Radio for sounds you'll remember as well as podcasts you'll enjoy. Don't forget to join us on Paulette on the Mic on TikTok, as well as our new TikTok page, The Brownstone Brief, which features myself and Vernell Washington, host of Breakfast with Vernell. Also, don't forget Brownstone Living magazine with TJ Mercer on the cover. And the new issue for July is going to blow you away with some of the creatives that we'll be featuring in July. Don't forget, also follow us on Substack at the Brownstone Brief and everywhere in between YouTube and Meta, Brownstone Worldwide. We'll see you around.
Welcome to the neighborhood.